Hello all and welcome to another video in my journey to 1 Million Gamerscore series, and with April 2021 done and gone, it's indeed time to bring to you all the Gamerscore that I got in that month. Now this is probably going to be one of my quickest updates because it's probably one of the lowest scoring months I've ever had, and I'm going to blame Gears Pop for that, and rightfully so. It did take up a lot of my time because the game has gone offline now, and it went offline on April the 26th, and I needed to get seriously popped done before that happened. However, I do still have an easy Xbox 360 completion to talk about, and I do have an easy completion for a game which is part of your Game Pass subscription, and I'm talking about the base 1000G, which will go down as a completion on True Achievements. So with that, let's scroll over to the gaming and indeed show you what I got in the month of April 2021, despite the fact it's not a great deal. We'll start with the easy Xbox 360 completion because I do like to go in chronological order, and that is what happened first, and that is Family Game Night 4, The Game Show. This one isn't too bad, but as I say, it just takes a while. Did I say at the beginning? Both of these completions do take a while, but they're not difficult. So with this, you've got a lot of what they call game shows to play. As you'll see, the last achievement I got there is at the bottom, and it's for completing 50 episodes of the game show, and that is what will take the time. Now, it's almost good that I had Gears Pop to actually be getting on with, because as I say, I spent a lot of time at home as well as not being at home because it's a mobile game, and I was able to do that, putting time into that. So what I was doing is, once I'd got all of the other achievements and I just had to do 50 game shows, there was a couple of the games within the game shows you could literally just put your controller down for and it would time out because it didn't matter if you won or lost at this sort of point. But there are a couple you have to press buttons through. So I was playing Gears Pop, and when one of the ones I had to do some button pressing and joystick movement for came up, I'd quickly do it and then go back to grinding out some Gears Pop. But yes, that's what will take the time, and that will cause your completion to be around about the 12 to 15 hour mark, just because it does take that long. But you've got lots of other ones here that you can go for along the way, or that you will go for along the way, like one around in 4 shots in Connect 4 basketball. Now, a lot of these you can do within the games within the game show mode, but some of them you have to go into the other games outside of the game show mode, and I do believe there's an achievement there for just completing an episode of the game show, but there is also, I think there's an achievement for playing all of the games outside of the game show as well, the unique games that are outside of it as well. Complete 10 episodes as well. That last one, man, that took forever. Played any game outside of the game show format, there we go. And I think there's one for playing all of them outside the game show format. The only other one that was a little bit of a bugger, if I can find it, is these Bop It ones here. Hit 20 Bop It commands in a row without missing. Now, actually doing that yourself is not difficult. So there you go, 30 Bop It and 30 in Bop It, Extreme Bop It, which is basically having 6 commands to use your joypad for instead of 4. Now, the problem, as I say, it's not you and learning. It's really quite easy to actually follow it. It's actually playing the computer. The computer is rubbish at the game and will actually lose before you get a chance to perform that streak. So if you haven't got someone that is apt and can play along with you and help you by being the other controller, you'll have to do what I did, and that was get 2 controllers and put them on the floor side by side and do both yourself. So you have to play yourself to get that streak going. So I would almost say you do need 2 controllers for completing this game because of this annoying little couple or few achievements here. And that was a pain. That was a pain. But as I say, the good thing about obviously you doing both controllers is you'll get them both right, or you might get them both wrong, and you'll have to play again. They do get quicker as you go along, so you're going to want to make sure you hit the first 30. Otherwise, obviously, it'll get a bit too quick, and then it'll become difficult for you. There's one for rotating the joystick. There's one for pulling the joystick down. There's one for each trigger. There's one for pressing the A button. I don't know if that's all 6, but honestly, all the commands are actually easy to do, but you sort of have to have your hand in a position where you're ready to almost hit either trigger while having sort of the left-hand side of your hand on the joystick to either knock it down or spin it round, and then obviously you can hit the A button with your thumb. But yeah, 2 controllers at the same time to get you done with that. I think there was other one, the Sorry Sliders. Finished the game of Sorry Sliders with the opponent, didn't earn a point. Obviously, I set that up against myself as well, but that is sharing one controller because you take it in turns. or I can't remember if you need 2 for that, but if it is 1, it doesn't matter because, as I say, you take it in turns, so you haven't got to sort of do 2 controllers at once like you do with the Bop It. So all you do is, you just basically, with one, your main profile, you score away, and then with the other one, you sort of move your counter all the way over to one side, aim towards the other side, and just rock the controller backwards and forward very slowly, so it only moves forward and goes nowhere near the end, but you can still get your counters passed for your other one. Yeah, I was going to say that's the only other tricky one that you might need to sort of do with 2 controllers. You might get it against the CPU. You might be able to. I was going to say there was a couple of situations where I could have knocked the CPU out of the scoring zones and done it, but I wasn't able to do it, and I actually ended up using 2 controllers to get the job done. But I'll say it's just going to take a long time because of needing to play 50 games. That is what really takes the time here. All of these other ones, like 600 pins, does take a while, but you'll get that done before you play 50 games and things like that. Finished each of the 5 games outside of the game show. That's what I was mentioning earlier. So yeah, some of the achievements are unique to the games outside of the game show, but a lot of them can be done with the games within the game show. But yeah, so I played a lot of the game shows, and then I quickly knocked out the ones outside of the game show, and then went back to just doing 50 game show games. But as I say, not a difficult completion, just a bit of a grind, unfortunately, with the 50 game shows. So yeah, 12 to 15 hours it will take you, but just not hard, just long. You might need to do a bit of sort of 2 controller technique with the Bop It games, and obviously enhancing your odds with the Sorry Sliders game, and that is pretty much it. Okay, nothing new there. Working on the one achievement which I've needed for ages out of my good friend Ross. We're trying to do survival mode without losing a life, and we're getting further and further. I think we got to level 7 out of the 9, but that, yeah, it's kicking your ass a little bit in places, and being a bit unfair with how much damage some of the not moving guns, is it prone guns? Yeah, hit you with, man. Brutal. Right, Gears Pop, here it is. Finally got it done. I got it done with a few days to spare in the end, and it was all because of this achievement here, the Seriously Pop achievement. It was well worth it for 100 gamer score and a great TA ratio on that one. I mean, these 2 here should have been close and should have been run close towards the end as well. But the people that obviously behind Gears Pop kept updating the game to make it easier or help you, assist you in getting those 2 achievements. And obviously, I was grinding, getting the pin towards max level before they did any updates, and it was going so slow that was the real threat to start with. I thought probably going to kill 100,000 pins before I get a pin level to max, and I was just fortunate that they did these upgrades. And honestly, in the end, out of all I think it was the rare ones or the epic ones, I can't remember which pin in particular, but loads of them ended up getting maxed out, because where they increase the drop rates in the crates you're opening. If you played the Horde mode and you were getting 3 crates every time, all of a sudden you get an absolute ton of pins where you weren't getting a ton of pins before, and it made getting to the max level really easy. It made having loads of stuff to upgrade really easy, which then made max player level 20 really easy as well, and it obviously made you a very strong team, so long as you wasn't completely awful at the game, and I wasn't the best at the game. Getting to promote to the highest league all of a sudden became easy if you just strategized right and had the right balance. It's just this grind here, the 100,000 pins. I needed, what was it? I was on 354 wins, I think, with about 21 days to go, and there was an event which I absolutely smashed the event, and the event was brilliant for the setup that I had, or that I'd worked out, and I absolutely smashed it. And I was only a few short of getting 1,000 once that event was over, with loads of days left. I mean, what I'd done is I did the maths. I was like, right, I need 30. I think it was 31 wins every day until the server closes, and all of a sudden I've only needed about 30 with 10 days to go or whatever it was. I'd absolutely smashed it. But 100,000 pins, man. I think I did it with about there you go, it's the 20th. I unlocked that, so I did it with 6 days to spare in the end. But I worked out at one point that I needed to kill pins, which is basically every time you defeat an enemy, it's a pin. I worked out I needed something. I think it was 2,940 something pin kills a day to be on target by the time the game closed, and that's how I did it. So I'd make sure that I was on target, even if I didn't feel like playing it longer than the amount of pins I needed for the day. And I just said, well, 3,000 a day it is, and I was absolutely smashing it. There was one day I wasn't even at work; I was at home all day, and I think I was playing the Hasbro Family Game Night, and just I just needed to mash through wins, and I played it for about 9 hours in one day. It was absolutely insane. It's mental. It was a real grind, and it obviously, to be honest with you, it made me stop wanting to play games for a little while. But obviously that never happened, and we powered through because we do enjoy our gaming here. But yeah, so pleased to have that and get that done before it went offline. So Dirt 5, for all you Game Pass subscribers, this is part of your subscription, so you can download it as part of that. The 1000G on this, the base 1000G, as I said in the intro, does go down as a completion on your TA profile. The other 400 is two lots of DLC. Now the DLC, I've been told by my good friend Ross, who actually told me about this game being easy. The DLC is easy. It's just £8 per DLC, and that's with the 10%, so it'd be £9 without it. So I'm leaving it for a while and seeing where it goes, because I think that's quite pricey, just for 2 lumps of 200 gamer score. So I think because you get 2 really cheap games for that and get 1000G out of them, same sort of money. But I am tempted because I see it sitting there at 71%. I don't like it. I'd like it to say 100%. But the base 1000G, as I say, has gone down as a completion. And it's not tough. There's a couple of, I don't know, perhaps a little tricky ones, but it's not a difficult completion. There's one grindy achievement at the end, but thanks to the good people of TA again, that drive 1,000 miles actually become quite easy. I'll get to that in a minute. But really, all you have to do is you have to start up a career event, and yeah, you can sort of use this the chart and go across and not do all of the events and finish the event and get the achievements for completing the chapters and things like that. Like, there you go, you got chapter 4 and you got chapter 5 there. But you do need to do all of the events for an achievement as well, which will be up here, won't it? Complete chapter 5. Superstar finale is obviously an event as well, and then once you do that, if you've done it all of the other events along the way, then complete every career event will unlock as well. You can put it on very easy, and it's pretty much just driving to the end of the race. And I put it on very easy, and it was so easy I had to knock it down to easy, and even then it was still easy. But you can just put it on very easy and absolutely blast your way through it. You would hardly fail. The only ones that I struggle with were the Gymkhana events, where you have to score points, but there is an achievement for getting 30,000 points in one Gymkhana event, I believe. It is there somewhere. There is one Gymkhana event which requires you to get 25,000 points. So when I saw that one, I thought, well, if I'm getting 25,000, it's not far beyond that. There was only one. So when you come to that one where you have to get 25,000, I'd go for the 30,000 there, because you're practically nearly there anyway. Just ignore all the things that you have to do. Just find places where you can do big long drifts and without hitting the wall, so you don't reset your multiplier, and just build up your multiplier and then keep doing big long drifts. That's all you need to do to get through those Gymkhana events. But there's a couple of really easy ones that you can absolutely just do very quickly at the beginning. There you go. I mean, these ones are only worth 10, so customise livery, change your livery, save it, which is basically painting your card a different colour. Save your player card, 10G, so that's 20G, really easy. I was going to say, if these all just came without even trying. Perform a 100-metre drift, there's these little cars that they actually tip back when you start, and you just go around a ring circuit. And I got it there without even trying that drift 100 metres achievement, so that's not difficult. You might get that by accident. Complete 10 clean laps. If you're doing it on very easy, you'll shoot to the front and you'll stay in the front very easy, so just make sure you don't hit any walls and things like that, and you can concentrate on that one a little bit early on and then not worry about it once you've done it. But these two here, there's 200G here for doing absolutely nothing really quickly. How they're out, I don't know. Built and tested your first playground. You literally just put one thing down. If you don't put a start down, it will tell you to do that and make you put one down, and then yeah, that's it, honestly. And then where is it? You have to rate one as well. Rate the playground. So go into somebody else's playground, do it, and then it will say at the end of it, more of this, less of this, or skip, don't skip, hit more of this or less of this. I hit more of this on one, and there you go, job done. There's a place that you can do that when you're grinding out the 1,000 meters. But as I say, just do all like the balance there. That will happen along the way. There's that 30,000 points Gymkhana one that I was talking about. The balance will happen just naturally if you're doing all of the events, because you will need to for the achievement. There are a lot of events. That's why it will take a while. Unlocked all throwdowns in career. If you're doing all of the events, that will come naturally. Reach player level 50. I had to redo some of the Gymkhanas, as I say, but I got that before I'd finished Chapter 5. As you'll see, that's why it's unlocked after it. Superstar Finale, yep. And then drive 1,000 miles. Under 1% of people have done this. Now, after you've done the career, when I'd done the career, I'd pretty much done just over 50% of the miles. So, technically, 2 careers will get you the 1,000 meters, but the good people of True Achievement communities have created a playground, and that playground, I think it's called True Achievements 10K 2, 10K space 2. The achievement used to be 10,000 miles, apparently, and so my good friend Ross told me, and that was why it was called that as well. And what they've done is they've set it up so you can basically rubber band your right trigger, and this car will go around the edge and just keep driving and keep driving and driving and driving. Now, there's 2 things you have to be careful of, and that is your controller idling, so you need to sort that out. I mean, I must admit, if there's something in the settings you could do that with, I didn't do it. I was just doing things in the flat or watching TV on my tablet or something like that, and just making sure the controller didn't idle. But after an hour, you will have to reset it. So that's where you can rate the playground as well. So you can do that at the same time if you want to do. But yeah, so, and then set it off for another hour. And eventually it will do it quite quickly. It's a fast car that literally just drives around the edge. But what you have to do, if you want to end it before it just naturally runs out, you will have to drive into the corners are open once you've dropped down this ramp. Drive in the middle, drive over to the finish, drive over the finishing line, and then job's done. Robert's your dad's brother. The tracker will move. The achievements do track in that, which is the good thing. So how long have I? There you go. 1 day, 6 hours and 29 minutes. So it took me 30.5 hours to get the 1000 G out of this. Not difficult, as I say, it's just long. So like I did, perhaps you just want to do it in, obviously you can't sit down for that solid, but I just did it in sessions when I just wanted to chill down and not worry about anything difficult, because I had it on a low setting just to get the job done. If you're quicker at the Gymkhana, if you get the Gymkhana events done first time, then obviously that time will be shaved down considerably. But there you go, that's how long it took me. Also, I've been playing a bit of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I have played it on the One and got some Gamerscore out of it, so I'm playing it on the 360 version, get some Gamerscore out of it as well. I basically decided, right, I'll do a veteran campaign run through, and I'll see what I get out of it, and then I'll go back and mop anything else up. So that's pretty much what I did. Of all the veteran campaigns I have ever played, this one for me was the easiest, to be honest with you. It wasn't actually that difficult. So let's go down to the beginning. So some of these, like I say, I just naturally unlocked along the way, which were other sort of achievements within the game. Now I still have to go back and mop some more up, because I've tried that one, the Wheelman one, and that's tough. I must have hit one thing. I definitely got hit. So that one, I'm wondering if I might have to leave that one. I know I can go back to that level and get that done. I can get that one done. I probably can get that one done, and I can get that one done, and the rest below it are multiplayer achievements. As I say, I play through it on veterans, so I'm thinking I'll go back on recruit and get some of these done. I walk in tank, I killed 4 enemies with a grenade, painted 10 enemies with a single threat grenade. This one I knew was a thing, and you could get this one early on. When you're near a car door that's open, I think you press right bumper or right trigger, I can't remember, you press one of those, it does prompt you when you're next to the car door, and then if you run at an enemy and then press it again, it'll throw it at them and it'll kill them. Even on veteran, I was able to get that done. I just knew it was there, so that one I did do, because I knew it was there last time, and again I did that. So yeah, every time you complete a level, you give you an achievement for it. So complete induction, spend your first upgrade points, score excellent. Now that's another one that I targeted there, because when you got to the second level, I made sure I got an excellent rating in that, and an excellent rating in the grenade range and the shooting range. And while I was doing that, the grenade range, I took 25 drones out of the sky with EMP grenades, because yeah, you have to do that anyway. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't know how well you do with respect to as you're going along, but you kind of get a feeling for it after you played it a few times. You need someone, just the geezer with you at the end, just to say that was excellent, and then it will unlock. So yeah, I would say doesn't matter what level you're on. So once you get to those bits for the first time, just go for it. Just go for it and keep playing it till you get there. Complete Atlas, 10 upgrade points. You get the chance to spend upgrade points every time you finish a level. You get upgrade points by doing things within 4 categories, and when you pause, you can see how far you've done those categories. One of those categories is collecting intel. Now, that was the other thing I did. Although I was going through a veteran campaign and just getting what I could out of it, I must admit I was watching a guide on my phone and just watching where the next intel was. And then once I saw that moment and I got the intel, I'd watch that video a little bit more to see the next one. I used the intel guide by Mac91. It's absolutely bang on. So there's completing a level again. Again, that's another one that I didn't intend to get, that you can go back to afterwards and get by doing that mission of recruit once you've done it. But did it on the way, and completing levels, stop an AST with an EMP grenade. There's actually one level that tells you to do that. You know, it tells you kill him with an EMP grenade. It's easier, it's quicker. So yeah, but there's another one you can pick up afterwards. Complete that level, 20 upgrade points. To say this is without finishing the game still. Half the intel, level. See, I knew about this one as well, and I just found a good point to it. There are some levels where you can boost jump, dash forward, and stomp on an enemy. So when you're in one of those levels, double tap A, and then press the left thumbstick in and the movement that you want to dash forward while you're in the air, and then press B to stomp down on the enemy. There's another one that I knew about, and I just thought, if I ever see a moment, I will try it, and I did see it. But that's one you can pop back to on recruit and go back to an early level and get that done. So that's completing a level, and that is as well go through 20 gun drops in one-armed combat and captured. Yep, that just happened, but that's where you're going through and you've just escaped, and every gun you pick up has got very limited bullets, so you're always picking up new guns. So yeah, completing that level as well. Then of course I've got all the intel, and of course the level difficulty ones do stack. So I've got the achievement for doing it on hardened and veteran and on any difficulty. And now this is where I went back and just mopped up some achievements. Kill all the KVA in the traffic section without damaging civilian traffic vehicle and traffic. So put it on recruit, and when I got to that section, you can take a lot more hits. So I was just running up to them and melee them so that I didn't damage any of the cars. So that turned out to be quite easy. Kill 50 enemies while using overdrive. Do you know what? I suddenly realised, towards the end of the game, I was like, geez, I haven't been using my overdrive much, which is pressing up on the D-pad, and then everything goes slow. So when I was, doing some of the other achievements again, like this one above it and this one below it, I was making sure to use overdrive and get that done. Turns out I wasn't far off getting it done anyway. Kill 3 enemies with one shot of the sniper drone in Manhunt. Did use an achievement guide for this achievement because I know the section, and I was just like, I tried to find several sections and I was just like, how is this lining up? But there's a bit with 2 guards at the door, and if you ignore the commands and drop your drone down, a 3rd guy walks along and you can actually get them lined up. Use an achievement guide for that one. Very much was needed. And then, yeah, as I say, I played through the levels again because one campaign run through wasn't enough to get enough kills and grenade kills. I got all of the intel within that menu, and I got all of the headshots as well, which surprised me within that menu. But I didn't get all of the kills in that. It's quite a lot to do, so you will need to play a little bit of the game again, at least. Play missions over and over. I mean, if you're short on kills, remember the levels with lots of enemies in and play through them. But yeah, 50G achievement for fully upgrading your exosuit, and as I say, I've still got a couple of odd ones to work on as well. So yeah, get a good chunk out of that, but you'll need to put some time into it. So I think I was doing a couple of levels a night, one level a day, and then perhaps one day I'd do 2, and then one again, and then one again, and then one night I decided just to finish the game, I think, and did like 4 or 5 in a night. But as I say, one of the easiest campaign veterans on Veteran I've played through. And you know what? I just thought, towards the end of the month, again, got Game Pass, which now has EA games in it. I thought, you know what? I'll just play some FIFA. Made a bit of a mistake here. And the mistake was getting this Champions League final achievement, because there's an option to play the Champions League from scratch, and I did, and I spent about 3 hours getting through it on a really low difficulty, so I never lost a game or anything like that. Nothing went to extra time. Just took about 3 hours because I played the entire tournament in a night. got 80G. But along the way, I did get this achievement here for scoring an open play goal after timing your shot perfectly. So there was at least that as well. And then I tried to find Europa League final, and you couldn't play it as just a tournament from on the main screen. Turns out you can go into kickoff mode and play a final match, and then pick which final match you want to play, and then just play the final, because that's what it says in the description. Could have done that with the Champions League as well, but oh well. And then all of these, I've just been playing FIFA Ultimate Team without trying for anything except for the top one, and I unlocked all of these, as I say, just in the night, casually playing. And there's probably some more FIFA Ultimate Teams. I'll get a bit more out of this, but as I say, I'm not big into the FIFAs anymore. I have lost interest largely in them, but there's something, if you don't want to think and you just want to casually play something one night just for a little bit, then you can just whack it on, can't you? But yeah, I looked up a solution for this on True Achievements and found out where to do that on the home hub of the Ultimate Team, and just did that. So nice and easy, and that was my last achievement of the month. So as I say, a short month, or a low month in Gamerscore for me, probably one of my lowest since I've been doing this. But as I say, there's a couple of completions there for you, a couple of easy ones, but they will just take time. So yeah, Gears Pop took up a lot of my time, and the two completions that I went for were lengthy ones as well. 30 hours on that, 15 hours on that. It's 45 hours worth of gaming there to get 1,000 Gs out of both of those. And as I put, even the veteran campaign run through that took a while as well. So, but we know next month, May, that's the next month, I'm going to hit some 360. My next update, I might make my gamer card look a bit messy, because I might play some 360 stuff, but just play through the games and see what I get out of it, and then perhaps mop some stuff up at the end that I've missed that can be done quickly or quick-ish, or if I get the bug and want to do a long one, I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking to play some stuff, but just play through it. I need to get some of this backlog done. I'm eyeing up the Lips games, because I've got some Lips mics now, and I'm eyeing up Guitar Hero Live as well, because I have a Guitar Hero Live guitar. But there's other games I'm eyeing up as well, so it might look a little bit messy. So there won't be a lot of Xbox One/Series X stuff next month, but I'm now in a position where I've got a lot of games saved up for my record-breaking month attempt, which is beating 44,000. I'd like to get at least 50,000. That may happen in June. If it doesn't happen in June, it will probably definitely happen in July. Don't know quite when I'm going to pull the trigger on it, but it's going to happen, and obviously that update will have loads of completions for you and loads of quick and easy ones for you, so please do stay tuned for that. So for a quick update, we've nearly gone half an hour because I went in depth in a couple of games, but I hope you've enjoyed listening to me waffle on. I do waffle on a bit, I know. I do have the ability to do that, unfortunately, but I do thank you very much for listening. I do thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this or found this helpful, thumbs up is always awesome. Please do subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment below. Any questions, comment section below. I will answer them there, I promise. Finally, I think that just leaves me to say, as always, please do take care.